Alright, I would just like to state that this is a what not to do for beginners. I do a lot of bad things in here. I lose against the AI. Spoiler, I lose against the AI. It is shameful. It is bad. This is what not to do. Thanatos, what not to do. Alright, so I'll tell you one issue I already make. I put a point in my 2. Don't put a point in your 2. You gotta put 2 points in your 1 point in your 3, cause it's all about the ones. Early Thanatos, all about the early game. Early game, all about that one. Gotta hit those ones. You lose the one, you lose the match. Or the fight, rather. 2 doesn't really come into play until later. Now, one thing you should definitely do when you go against the AI is you should immediately take red buff, because the AI will just ignore you. Even if it's on medium, which it is, they will just ignore you if you go for red buff. But I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to see, hey, I can totally wipe the floor with the enemy team without getting red buff, even though I play around with it a little bit. So I tried a 1v3 here with Guan Yu. I forget that Guan Yu can kind of shut down Thanatos once he gets his 3 in. So I attempt to make some kind of use of my 2, but it doesn't really work well, and naturally, whenever you have a Chiron on your team, it's just a bad time. I get 1 kill in, I don't do that terribly, but, a bad time comes up. Oh boy. Think I get him? You think I get him? I just barely miss him. And somehow I managed to avoid death. I go over here, over to mana buff, and I think that I can take it. I try to take at least 1 minion so I can get some extra experience. I decide, nope, that's gonna kill me. So I just sort of base. One thing I forgot to mention, I didn't get boots. I've been kind of finicking between boots and Titan's Bane. Don't do that. Even if you're going against bots, don't do that. And especially if you're not going against bots, never do that. Always gets boots first with Thanatos if you're going against other people. And even if you decide, oh, I can do things without boots, I'll put a point in my 2 and I'll laugh at the enemy team. Definitely, at least put points in Jotun's Wrath. So I try to kill Neith here, and I get her with my ult. And there isn't really whole much to say. The thing is, I could have probably got her without the ult. If I had planned that properly, I didn't have to use the ult. I could have just gotten Neith. I could have ulted over to the other side and probably CC'd the other side. But then again, what else would I have actually done? So here I play a little bit of cat and mouse with Ymir. Or actually no, that comes later. Oh boy, that comes later.
No it doesn't, you fucking liar!
This gameplay, riddled with mistakes. But I finally get Titan's Bane. I have a few points in my boots. I should be a little bit stronger, but then I get a little too cocky. And I get my ass handed to me a few times. One thing I'm thinking about doing for later games is putting points into my 3, because my ally team does not like to actually kill the minions. Oh, I forget, this happens I lose my Phoenix so quickly. I don't lose it now, but I lose it in a few minutes. Just give it some time. I think I barely managed to defend this Phoenix. I forgot. They just sort of dip out. Oh, there's another time of perfect beads use. Whenever you get stunned, just beads. Oh, and I missed my one, and I don't actually know how I died. I assume it was the minions, and that it was kind of his niece kill, but it makes me mad that I couldn't get that kill. This game should have gone much better. I finally decided to put points into Jotun's Wrath. The second I put points into Jotun's Wrath, I do a lot better. Jotun's Wrath is very important for cooldown. Overall, this part of the reason why I'm doing so badly is that this isn't a great matchup, because I can't do a whole lot against Guan Yu. You want to shut down Thanatos, use Guan Yu. Because Guan Yu, he's very ability reliant, but he still has to stay in for a little bit. So you still have enough time to get in your 3 to reduce his protections and just sort of one-shot him a few times. One thing you also shouldn't do with Thanatos is try to 1v1 the ADC. You can always try to assume that you can juke all their attacks, but when it comes to bots, they just kind of hit you no matter what. It's almost less like playing Smite and more like playing League of Legends, where they're bound to hit you. They're autos. Yeah, Neith, the enemy Neith just kind of destroys this game, because our Chiron is actual garbage. I'm pretty sure the reason why it's considered medium difficulty is that the difficulty is increased for the enemy team, but it's not increased for your team. So you just kind of have to carry if you're not playing with any other person. So yeah, I thought I had that Chang'e, and I forgot that Fenrir existed. It's just, oh, it's a very bad time.
Your right tower is under attack. Your right tower has been destroyed. An ally has been slain.
I'll cut you down.
An ally has been slain.
You cannot escape death. This is
I've absolutely... Actually, no. That worked out for me.
Yes, sir. Your left Phoenix is under attack. Your right Phoenix is under attack.
Now, how do I fuck this up? It's been a while since I watched this footage, so I'm trying to remember just how I screw this up. There's very little in this game I do right. If anything, the best thing I did this entire game was the ult on Guan Yu. That was actually not a terrible play, except for the fact that I didn't beads out of freeze. Though you could argue I didn't need to beads out of that freeze because I wasn't going to die. But yeah. One thing I did decently is I didn't try to overextend into Neith. I had learned my lessons that if I were to be attacked by Neith at all, I would pretty much just die on the spot. And I finally... Apparently, Neith was going on a rampage. I have a lot of hatred for this game. It's just this specific match here. One thing I should have done here is I should have waited a little bit so I could have gotten out of the tower. But realistically, you usually don't get that chance when you're playing against real people. So,
Your Titan
yeah.
is under attack.
Oh, fucking computer went off. One thing I did here that was a little bit risky is that I tried to take red buff and assume that the Titan wouldn't die. I didn't entirely regret getting a red buff, but it was just entirely too risky. Like, Neith could have probably bodied the Titan if he tried hard enough. So. Yeah. So here are Ares does a good bit of work. Chiron does fuck all. And I try to do something, but in the end, I keep getting bodied by Neith. I should have built a lot of... Whenever it comes to fighting ADCs, you need to build a lot of physical protection. I try to build Bloodforge, but then just the Titan gets taken. Bloodforge also isn't a bad thing to build on Thanatos for sustain. It gives you some extra lifesteal. But the problem with... The problem is that you need more than Bloodforge, especially against Neith. You need Bloodforge and something more. Oh yeah, I missed this! And it bothers the shit out of me. And somehow I don't die, and somehow Chiron takes the kill, and it kills me. And then I get gangbanged right here, and that's pretty much game. There were a lot of things in this game that frustrated the shit out of me. But yeah. There weren't, I mean, other than trying to get Titan's Bane, there weren't a whole lot of bad things, bad item choices I tried to make, other than I didn't get physical protection earlier. Or, Bloodforge. But, yeah. It's what not to do. It's probably more than I missed, but, yeah. I might try to make more videos like this, but who knows?